Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So we're less than 12 hours away from CPI report. Will the inflation data bring destruction to U.S. markets and Bitcoin? Well, let's discuss and let's speculate what we're going to see tomorrow. All right, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media. Check out CryptosRUs.com. And make sure you follow my other channels as well. All right, guys. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So what can we expect for tomorrow? Well, you can see today, pretty flat. I told you guys this morning I thought it was going to be flat. The minutes actually came out, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But tomorrow, hey, a little bit of green. So are people expecting we're going to get good data tomorrow? Well, let's discuss. First of all, the minutes came out unexpected. Expected. Nothing unexpected came out of it. Basically showing what we've heard during the last meeting, right? These Fed meetings are having less and less impact on the markets because the Fed, Jerome Powell, and the reporters that are questioning him are doing a really good job basically getting out all the information. So we no longer have minutes that reveal like something special that they didn't discuss. So basically everything that was reported before came out. So really nothing new. Ultimately, the Board of Governors and Powell, they said that they expect rates to continue to go higher. They already said that they expect by the end of the year, the Fed fund rate will be about 4.5%. So that means there'll be 2 more rate hikes at 75 basis points, one in November, early November, one in December. So that's kind of priced in already, okay? But obviously recently we've been getting a lot of parties like the UN, the IMF, the World Bank, JP Morgan, Ark Invest, all saying, hey, Fed, slow down. You're killing us, right? So is he really going to listen? We don't know, right? But that's for another day. That's going to come in November when the next meeting is going to be happening. But tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. CST sharp, so right before I stream, we will get CPI data. Now, how will it go? Well, many people think that inflation will still be hot in September. Unfortunately, the estimates right now show that the core inflation is still expected to go up, although overall inflation will go down. The CPI should be down below 8%. We were at 8.3%. So it's actually expected to go down by 0.6%. So that would drop us into 7s, which would be fantastic. What's not fantastic is the core inflation, which discounts like energy and food costs. That's expected to go up from 6.3 to 6.5. Now, since these are estimates and we get similar results to estimates, then it'll be okay. Unfortunately, last time estimates were under and the core inflation shot up over estimates. That's when we ran into problems. So there's a good chance that we do come in line with expectation this time, that maybe inflation hasn't stopped completely, but it's slowing down. And if overall CPI is coming down, that would be a great thing. That means we would be in the 7%. Once again, that's pretty good, right? So tomorrow could end up being a good day, though I think like 90% of the people think that it's going to be death and destruction tomorrow. I think almost everyone thinks it's going to be really bad tomorrow. But you know what? That's why futures may be in green, because maybe there are some people that think, no, it won't be that bad. But some of the data that has come out recently is not good. For example, PPI came out. Producer prices shows that things went up, okay, in September. So, when we have economic data like this that show that prices are still going up, wholesale prices just went up. That was announced recently. So whenever we get all these other economic data, you can put 2 and 2 together. If these things showing food and commodities and just consumer goods, if they're all going up, is inflation really going to stop? Well, probably not. But as long as it slows down, that's what we want, okay? So we do have some preliminary data that's showing that, hey, it hasn't stopped yet, but we will see tomorrow morning. And what also doesn't help with inflation is this. When you get reports like this, Disney theme park ticket prices are going up. They're being hiked up because of strong demand and pricing power. So when you hear about this, especially if you're Powell, if you're Jerome Powell and you're reading this, you're like, people still have money to go visit Disney World or Disneyland and make flights and still buy their $5 cup of coffees at Starbucks. Well, that means that they're not broke enough. So I may have to increase rates even more. So obviously stuff like this is not helping. What the states are doing are not helping either by giving out more stimulus checks. I covered this. California is giving out $1,000. Other states are giving out tax incentives and money, right? That's not helping because it's going against what the Fed is doing. So again, still a lot to think about, a lot to digest. Certainly if you're Jerome Powell, a lot to digest. All right, so that is what kind of will happen tomorrow. I think inflation overall, CPI data will show overall inflation will go down. Core inflation will probably be up, but not be up that much. And if it comes in lower than expectation, meaning core inflation instead of rising up by 0.2%, rises, let's say, only 0.1%, that would be fantastic. That would be a huge market turning event, and we could see a really good rally, Now, there are signs, there are data out there that show that many people are bullish, in fact, moving forward. So this is actually interesting. This is looking at insider buying, like corporate insiders, executives, and normally when they buy or sell their own company stock, right now is actually my camera's cutting it off, but it does show there's a ton of buying if you look on the right side. So there are a lot of executives that are buying up their own stock. They're DCAing into the stock that they think are very undervalued right now, right? So that's pretty positive overall. So again, a lot of people thinking that, hey, better days are coming, right? Ark Invest thinks that, hey, Bitcoin still will top $1 million by 2030 because they think the way I do that Bitcoin is unstoppable moving machine right now. More and more people are learning about money, learning about economies, learning about financial systems that are absolutely broken, and more people are turning to Bitcoin as a store of value, as a hedge against inflation, and also as the most decentralized network out there that's really needed. Just look at what happened recently with PayPal, trying to enforce a $2,500 fine to those they deem are giving out misinformation. Who are they to deem that? And how are they even going to determine what is and what isn't, and what gives them authority to even place that fine, right? That shows you why we need something better, and we already have it. That's Bitcoin's network, right? So one day it'll happen, and here's why also. If you look at market cap by assets, Bitcoin's right below Tesla right now. And you can see Alphabet, Microsoft, Apple, but look at gold. Gold is what we're trying to catch up with. Around $12 trillion. So Bitcoin has to go up over $600,000 before it reaches the market cap of gold. And if Bitcoin could go to 600,000, then it could go to 1 million, right? So again, one day, maybe not there yet, but one day you're going to have 8 billion people and hundreds of countries all turning to Bitcoin and hoarding it. And think about when that happens, then it's too late to be DCAing. It'll be way too late to be DCAing. All right, what else is going on? Well, besides Bitcoin, top companies using blockchain. And there are a lot. In consumer, tech media, I mean, recently McDonald's got in, right? We know Walmart got in. Walt Disney got in. Disney is with Polygon's, Walmart with VeChain, McDonald's is with Ooh, I forgot who McDonald's with. Was it also Polygon? No, I forgot who they were with. But you get my point. And there's many others that have jumped in and started utilizing blockchain, Google, with Coinbase. And there's so much more, right? So it's not just about Bitcoin. It's also about just utilizing blockchains, utilizing the early companies that exist now. And they may one day become one of these giant powerhouses that you see on this picture in the future. All right. And here's something also interesting. You know how October is supposed to be a very bullish month? But it turns out, this is not for Bitcoin, but if you look at S&P 500, since 1932, October is actually the worst month in terms of market bottoms. So even though October is usually a good month for Bitcoin, for S&P, it's actually, you could consider it the worst month because 9 bottoms were found in October since 1932. But look at November, 0, and January, 0. So can we still have that year-end rally? Yes, we certainly can. But does that mean we're going to find another bottom before we do? Hopefully not. Hopefully not after tomorrow's inflation data that we find another bottom. But that's kind of interesting how more bottoms have occurred in October than any other month. Yeah. All right, now moving to altcoins. Hedera finally gets added onto Coinbase. It's been talked about for quite some time. Being added to Coinbase is a big deal. But besides that, they also are opening up staking. That's new. I didn't know that you couldn't stake on Hedera. But yeah, it looks like they are ready to stake, and you can stake through a variety of wallets. So that's fantastic. Any projects that opens up staking is good because it locks in liquidity. It forces people to hodl more and have diamond hands. And, if you take liquidity out of circulation, that's positive. So good for Hedera. As for Algorand, FTX now officially supports Algorand and USDC. Not the biggest deal, but USDC is expanding, and Algorand now does support USDC, which is good. But also just in terms of Algorand, their DeFi, right, AlgoFi has been going up, and number of users, right, transactions, still high, not as high as before, but Algorand does have growing DeFi ecosystem, also partnered up with FIFA, with NFTs, and they're also bringing EVM compatibility. That's interesting. So they're partnering up with Milko Meta to bring EVM capability to Algorand blockchain. So that's interesting. We have heard of many other chains do this, right? Basically, you can't ignore EVM compatibility. You just have to adopt it, really. You don't have to, but it's in your best decision. In your best. No, how do I say it? Yes, you should just do it, basically, because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of dApps out there that could easily, transport themselves to you or utilize your chain or simply just trade or bridge. I mean, there's so many things that could be done. It's in your best interest to have EVM compatibility, so they will have that in the near future as well. Last two things. Hey, someone is suing the U.S. Treasury over this Tornado Cash sanction. Coin Center is backing a second lawsuit against the U.S. Treasury Department, alleging that sanctioning of Tornado Cash overstepped legal bounds. That's interesting. We're hearing about a lot of lawsuits. Grayscale just opened up a lawsuit against SEC, and now we have a couple of companies suing the U.S. Treasury Department. Interesting. So maybe they will get this overturned. Who knows? I doubt it, though. I mean, I doubt U.S. Treasury Department caving or any courts that will rule against the U.S. Treasury Department over this. But you know what? Maybe it'll make them have a second thought on any future DeFi project they may want to ban, right? All right, that's pretty much it. Hey, I do have some Ben Simmons. I have Ben Simmons update. I know a lot of you guys love Ben Simmons. So preseason right now. Yeah, take a look at this lob right here. Good pick and roll. Yes, that's a good lob right there. Or is that a lob? Because if you look at this, this is how accurate Ben Simmons is with his shot. So maybe that was actually a shot and not an alley-oop. I don't know. Just give you guys a Ben Simmons update. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. All right. Scrolling up. Someone asked me to review the new F-250 Tremor. I've seen that truck up close in person. It's a nice looking truck. Very, very big. Maybe someday. But not anytime soon. Hugh Man says, George, you're a busy man. Just watch your Palisade review. Looks pretty good. Hey, thank you. That car is fantastic. Other than the front grille, which is just too much grille, too much transformer. But, man, that is a really nice car. I wish Hyundai could tone down that grille. But I spent a lot of time editing that video, too. So you guys should watch it on Drivers Only. Scooby-Doo says, damn Disney. Dirty Dan says, George, with inflation on the rise, she'll be shorting dating apps. First of all, how do you short dating apps? Are they even publicly traded, like Bumble or whatever else? Are they even publicly traded? So I don't even know how you short. And second of all, as people get more broke, maybe they're at home swiping away more than ever. So I don't know. I don't know, Dirty Dan. We need Gina giggles. Bear season canceled the Vegas event. Remembering the good old days, we'll be back. Yeah, every time I seem like I'm ready to do a conference in Vegas, we have major correction. So next time it'll have to be different. I have to choose a different time. Let's see here. Oh, today is DCA day. Today is DCA day, and it's a good day for DCA. Let's see. Let me log in here. It's about the same as last week, a little bit lower. I think last week was a negative 44%. This week's 46%. Unfortunately, the market has not moved. This week, altcoins got a little bit weaker. Bitcoin has held okay, but altcoins got a little weaker. So I don't know what to DCA. There are some fantastic projects out there. You know, I don't have any exposure to Algorand, I just realized. Just got done talking about Algorand. I think they have good things going on. You know what? I'm going to put half in Algorand and just half into Bitcoin. You can never go wrong with Bitcoin. So I'm going to go do exactly that. First of all, Bitcoin, let's add $50 worth. Let's see here. Okay. You can never go wrong DCing to Bitcoin. Let's add another one. Let's add Algo. And then $50 divided by 0.374 is 133. Okay. So this week, $50 into Algorand, $50 into Bitcoin. So the others, I think I have a good balance. I mean, I've been building this for over a year with you guys. So I think I have a good balance. Sticking with mostly, again, if you're new, mostly Bitcoin and big caps, a few mid caps and small caps. But overall, I know it's down. It looks bad, but I'm going to prove to everyone that DCA over long haul works. And once the market roars back up, we will be in green in no time, right? So I'll continue to do it every Wednesday night. All right, guys, what else? What else is going on? Bitcoin still at 19.1, basically same as this morning. It's been very boring recently. Very boring recently, I know that. Is there an underground bunker in your new house? No. No, there isn't. Although I could treat my underground court as one, but no, I don't. Scooby-Doo, thank you. Yeah, and there's way more progress, so stay tuned. There's a lot more for me to share, and there's more interior stuff too. Everything is so expensive. Everything is just like crazy expensive. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. Bought more ADA. Good time to be doing so. Let's see. And then someone else about why is ADA crashing? It's not. Have you driven a DB11? I have not driven any Aston Martins. I don't know. There's something about Aston Martins. They're just not appealing to me. I know they're very expensive and they're supposed to be exotic, but something not appealing to me about Aston Martins. And I was at an Aston Martin dealership not too long ago, and all of their cars are still there. There's like no, you know, all these other high-end exotic cars, you can't find them. You go to Aston Martin dealership and they're all there. No one's buying them. So that tells you something. And they depreciate really horribly. How's the stablecoins outflow into exchanges looking? You know what? That's a good question, TZ. I haven't looked at that recently. I've been meaning to look at more metrics, stuff like that. For a long time, really didn't show much, but I'll start looking into it again. George, I live in hotels. For the past 2 weeks, spent over $2,000. Well, that's not good. And you didn't explain why you're living in hotels. What do you think about native exchange tokens? Have you seen a new multi-bank exchange set to launch soon? Okay. Exchange tokens are just basically, if you think about it, they're just like shares in the company. Although you get no voting rights. Well, no, you get some voting rights, but no true power. You don't own the company, the exchange at all, but it's kind of like their way of having shares. So for big exchanges, I definitely think it's good to hold on to them, like BNB, for example. KuCoin shares is a good one. All of them have it now. FTX have their own FTT token. There's a lot out there. When exchanges start doing really well again, they will start going up. But the good thing is, most of the exchanges, not only do they have coin burning, but they also have their own chain with their own utility on top of the chain. So it does help. It's not just the exchange token. Will FIFA do anything, have any impact on algo? I don't know. I like to think so. There's a lot of eyes, so hopefully. Aston Martins are like Omegas or Breitling. Can easily get them and depreciate vastly. I think that's a really good analogy. Omegas are good watches, but they're just no Rolex, right? So it's kind of like that. That's a really good analogy. Everything is a bargain right now. Avalanche at 1585, 8 under 40 cents. These are markets that make people fortunes. That is exactly right. Although most people won't listen to that, but that's how you make money with crypto. You buy low and you hodl. You wait things to go up, and then you've gained quite tremendously. So even though right now it does seem like it's boring and depressing, but I still compare it to 2.5 years ago, back in March of 2020, when Bitcoin was below 4,000, when Ethereum was below $100, when BNB and all these other ones were like 10 times lower than they were right now, compared to right now. So yeah, that's how I look at it. We are making progress. Sometimes it's slow, very, very slow, and sometimes it's scary. But fortunes and wealth is made by buying low when other people are fearful. That's how you do it. So right now, good DC opportunity. Mike, how many Rolexes do you own? I have two. Unfortunately, I overpaid for both of them. That's why I stopped. I don't want to overpay for watching it. You know, the thing is, it's like you really want to get one, and I did, and then now I just never even bother wearing them. It's like, you know, I'm not going to wear it when I'm going to like a normal restaurant. It's pointless. And I'm not going to wear it to the gym, and I hardly go out anywhere where I need to wear something nice like that. So it's kind of like sitting there dead weight. But the good thing about that dead weight is, you know, the price of them have not fallen, so that's it's good from that perspective. Do you do any vocal warm-ups, or have you lost your voice? Sometimes I do lose my voice. Recently, it's been better. Kind of reason why I've been shortening my live streams. My live streams used to carry to like an hour 20, hour 50, and it was killing me. So now it's more like 30, 40 minutes. But I've kind of got used to it. And then now I do so many other things for my car channel, for my I Am George channel, right? And recording a few other videos here and there. Sometimes it's tough. It's tough. I'm literally working, like as soon as I get up, very early, like 7 a.m., all the way until like 12 p.m., like literally every day. People think it's an easy thing to do, to be a streamer or YouTuber. It's really not. If you want to stay ahead of the competition, you always have to be on top of things and working at getting better and thinking about new ideas. And I'm not even that big. There are other guys that's way bigger than me, and they're constantly thinking about new ideas and editing them and, you know, perfecting the craft. You know, it's something it is a full-time job. It's not as easy as people think. All right. Save the long string for bull market. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do you think the current administration will ruin the crypto market? I don't know. I think they got bigger fish to fry. They're worried about inflation. They're worried about curbing inflation at this point and making sure that everyone does not fall into depression. So they got bigger fish to fry. Maybe afterwards when we recover, then we'll see. But right now, the only one that's really, really trying to ruin crypto is Gary Gensler. Make a behind the scenes video. I should. I used to do that, but there wasn't much to showcase. But now I could, since I'm working on like I'm working on like 4 videos almost every day. Maybe I should do that. Dope Wars paper could get listed soon on. I have no idea what that is. That sounds like a game. Sounds like a there was a very popular game on when I was in high school on the TI-86s. There was like a mafia game. I would be hooked onto that game. And Tetris. That sounds like one of those games. Do I have guns? I used to. I'm embarrassed to show now. Too much fat over there. I had some good guns before. I worked out. I lifted heavy before, but now no more of that. I just need to drop the weight slowly, very slowly, a pound here or there, right? So that's my main focus. All right, guys, let's call it a night because tomorrow we have a big day. Okay, get ready. When you wake up, CPI data will be out, and we will see how the markets react. Are we going to get a crazy rally, or are we going to get a crazy destruction dump? Hopefully not the latter. Hopefully we do see some positive data. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, and tune in tomorrow, bright and early, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. In the meantime, if you got some time on your hands, go check out my other I Am George channel. Posted a video this afternoon, and also drivers only for your latest car reviews. All right, have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.